Christmas dinner. The house smelled of cinnamon, and something hollow that tried to feel like warmth. My niece, 5 years old, refused to sit in her chair. "It hurts when I sit," she whispered, standing by the wall. My brother's voice sliced through the room. "She's just being dramatic." His wife pressed the little girl down into the seat anyway, firm hands on her shoulders until she obeyed. The child cried quietly while laughter resumed around the table. Forks clattered. Glasses clinked. The performance continued. I couldn't eat. I watched her small hands clutch the edge of the table, her face pale, eyes too wide. When I went to refill my wine in the kitchen, she followed. Her voice was barely a breath. "Uncle, it hurts when I sit." Then she lifted her dress just enough for me to see. A bruise, dark purple fading into yellow. My chest went tight. The low hum of the refrigerator filled the space between us. "Who did that?" I asked. She looked toward the dining room, at her father, and my world stopped. I didn't react, not right away. Instead, I smiled, poured her a glass of water, and told her to go play. But inside, something cracked open. The air in my lungs felt like glass. I'd always admired my brother, the golden son, successful, disciplined, composed. His voice carried weight. People listened. I used to think his calm meant strength. Now I knew better. It was control. When I returned to the table, he was laughing at some story from work, one arm around his wife, perfectly at ease. No one noticed the child had gone silent. After dessert, I offered to tuck her in. My brother shrugged. "Sure, she likes you." Her room was too pink, too neat. I sat beside her bed and asked softly, "What did you mean, sweetheart, when you said the chair hurts?" She turned away, facing the wall. "Daddy said not to tell." I didn't press, not yet. That night, I didn't sleep. Her words echoed in my head until they didn't sound real anymore. But they were. I started visiting more often, never without warning. He hated surprises. I watched, listened. Every glance, every tone between them became evidence. The way she flinched when he raised his voice. How she avoided his side of the table. Once, he caught me staring. "You good, man?" he asked. "Just tired," I said. He smiled but studied me too long. Quietly, I started collecting proof. Photos, notes, dates she missed school, bruises that changed color but never truly healed. I told myself I needed evidence before I acted. That wasn't true. I was just scared. Scared of being wrong. Scared of tearing our family apart for nothing. Then one evening, his wife called. Her voice cracked over the phone. "You need to see something." When I arrived, she handed me her phone. A video. He'd forgotten to log out of the home camera app. He was shouting, the girl crying, then silence. A long, empty silence. Her hand trembled as she passed me the screen. "I can't protect her anymore," she whispered. That was the moment I stopped thinking like a brother and started thinking like something colder. The next morning, I went to police. Quietly, I gave them everything. The photos, timestamps, the footage, the pattern. They promised to handle it discreetly. That night, we gathered for another family dinner. Our last. He didn't know yet. He poured me wine, asked about work, chatted like nothing outside his perfect walls could touch him. When dessert arrived, I slid an envelope across the table. He looked at it. "What's this?" "Proof," I said. He opened it, saw the stills from his own camera. Color drained from his face. No one spoke. His wife knew. I knew. And so did he. "You don't understand," he whispered. But I understood perfectly. He stood up. I stayed seated. His wife took their daughter upstairs. Their footsteps faded. "You're going to ruin me," he said. I looked at him. "You already did that yourself." He started to reply, but the sound of sirens drowned him out. His face went white. He realized I had timed it. The knock came minutes later, sharp, deliberate. He turned toward me, desperate. "You called them?" I didn't answer. The officers let him out in handcuffs. Our parents stood frozen, mouths open, unable to process what was happening. I watched in the doorway, not proud, not broken, just empty. When the door shut behind him, the silence that followed almost felt merciful. Weeks passed. The story appeared in brief, polite news blurbs, no names, just a local man. His wife moved away with her daughter. I helped her pack, said very little. There was nothing left worth saying. People asked how I could do that to my own brother. They didn't understand. He'd done it to himself long before I ever stepped in. Sometimes I still see his face in my dreams, confused, betrayed, like I'd turned on him. But then I remember the bruise, the way she whispered, "The chair hurts me." That's when the guilt goes quiet. Because some truths don't need forgiveness. They just need to be seen. And I made sure he would never hide again.